Welcome back to Math Expressions with Ms. Hasty. Today we are doing lesson 7-2, simplifying expressions. This happens to be one of my favorite lessons, and I'm going to show you why. Okay? All right, so in your activity book, you're going to begin on page 285. We're going to do 2 pages today, 285 and 286, and that'll prepare you for the 7-2 homework and remembering. Okay? Let's go ahead and start on 285. Simplifying expressions. If an expression does not have a letter or variable, then you can simplify it to find its value. For example, you can simplify 15 divided by 3. Remember, there's no equal in expressions to get 5. Okay? How do you simplify an expression that has more than one operation? For example, when you simplify 12 minus 3 times 2, do you subtract first or do you multiply first? The order of operation tells us that to simplify 12 minus 3 times 2, we multiply first and then subtract. Again, we're going back to that order of operation box that we looked at in 7-1. Step number 1, perform operations inside parentheses. Step number 2, multiply and divide from left to right. And then step number 3, add and subtract from left to right. So for this example, you would multiply first. 3 times 2 is 6, and then you would take 12 minus the 6, and you would simplify to 6. Let's look at number 1 here. Follow the order of operations to simplify 25 minus 5 plus 2 times 3. So we have 3 different operations there. Okay, but we're going to follow the order of operation. There are parentheses first. So the first thing we're going to do is the 5 minus 2. All right, and then I'm going to rewrite it with, so now it's 25 minus 5 plus 2 is 7 times 3. Okay, now we have 2 other operations. We have subtraction and we have multiplication. If we look back at the order of operations, we need to multiply first. Okay, so I'm going to do 7 times 3, that is 21. And now bring my 25 minus 21 down. And I have one more operation to perform, that is 25 minus 21, and that answer would be 4. Okay, so for each one of these, you need to follow the order of operation. What I like to teach my kids to do is a little bit of an ice cream cone underneath. And then look at, so number 2, we have 5 plus 16 divided by 4. Order of operation, there's no parentheses, but there is a division and there's an addition. So we have to divide first. 16 minus 4 gives you 4. Bring down the 5 plus 4. Now you can do the last operation and you get 9. Okay, so moving on to number 3, we have 10 times 0.3 plus 0.2. Well, we have parentheses first, so you need to do this operation first. Then bring down 10 times. Take your 10 times your answer when you add the 2 together, and that will give you the final answer. Okay, so work through it like an ice cream cone, one step at a time. All right, so I'm going to go through these just with the operations, and I'm going to give you the final of what you should get to. All right, if you don't do the operations in order, you will get a different answer. You have to do the operations in order. Okay, so for number 3, when you are all finished, you should get 5. All right, number 4, we have division, addition, and multiplication. Left to right. First you do division. Okay, so 20 divided by 4. And you get your 20 divided by 4, that's 5, plus 3 times 3. Okay, so bring them down. I'm going to make that a little thinner because it's kind of hard to see. Okay, so then I have a plus and I have a multiplication. Now I'm going to multiply. So 3 times 3 is 9. 5 plus 9, okay, you should end up with 14. Now it's kind of crowded for me to do them on this piece of paper as it would be for you. But if you do it on a piece of loose leaf and do your work, okay, to give yourself a little more room, that will help you, okay. Number 5, we have 5 6 minus 1/3. Now you need to get a common denominator to be able to do that. Here's subtraction, here's multiplication, but we do have parentheses, so you need to do that one first. When you get your answer, you're going to take that times 4, and your final answer, when you are all finished, you should get 2. Okay? We have subtraction, addition, and subtraction. Okay, so following the order of operation, subtraction and addition at the same time, but you go left to right. So first you do 21 minus 12, then you're going to get your answer, then you're going to add 9, then you'll get the answer, and then you're going to subtract 2. Okay, so your final answer for number 6, you should get 16. Number 7, we have 6 times 2 plus 4 divided by 3. Parentheses first. Even though that's addition, parentheses first. Okay, 4 and 2 is 6. Bring everything else down. Notice I'm not doing all your operations for you, but I will discuss what you need to do. Now we have multiplication and division. You need to multiply first because we're going left to right. Multiply first, get your answer, divide by 3, and your final answer should be 12 for number 7. Okay, number 8, we have addition, multiplication, addition. We need to multiply first, according to order of operation. And you're going to get your answer. Bring everything else down. Okay. Now we have 2 additions. You need to do this one first because it's left to right. Add these 2 together. Bring your answer down. And then anything else you need to complete yet? And when you are all finished, your final answer there should be 1 for number 8. And number 9, 18 plus 9 divided by 0.1. Okay, division first. You need to get your answer there. Bring down 18 plus, then you're going to perform that operation. Okay, and when you are all finished, you should get 108. Number 10, we have 36 divided by 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is in parentheses. So we're not doing left to right with division multiplication there. You got to do parentheses first. So go ahead and do 3 times 2. Get your answer. Bring down the rest of the expression. Now it's 36 divided by your answer here. And that will give you your final answer of 6. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn the page to 7-2, page 2. Grouping symbols. Okay, sometimes you have more than just parentheses. Sometimes there will be multiple brackets as well. Parentheses group parts of an expression together and let you know which operation to do first. Brackets, which are these, and braces have those little humps in there, are also grouping symbols. These symbols are often used when an expression has grouping symbols inside other grouping symbols. So the one thing to remember is always work from the inside out. Okay? To simplify an expression with grouping symbols inside other grouping symbols, work from the inside out. For example, add inside parentheses first. Okay, so first it was the 4 plus 4. That's where they got the 8. All right, and then it's 48 divided by 8 right here. And that's how they get 6, right? And then 12 times. 6, and that's where you get 72. All right, so number 7 here, we have 6 times 12 minus 4 divided by 16. Okay, again, I'm going to draw my ice cream cone. First, you do the operation inside the parentheses, get your answer. 6 times, bring everything else down. Okay, so here you have, now we have multiplication and division, but we're going to work left to right. So you would do this operation next, 6 times your answer here. And then the last operation would be your answer divided by 16. When you're all finished, you should get 3 as your answer for that one. Okay, number 12. We have 1.3 plus 2.7 divided by 2.2 minus 1.7. We have 2 parentheses here. So we're going to work left to right. You're going to perform this operation first. 1.3 plus 2.7, get your answer. Bring everything down as is. Now I'm going to do the next set of parentheses. Okay. Bring your answer down. Okay. And then you can do your final operation, which is taking this answer divided by your answer that you got in the second set of brackets. And then you should end up with 8 as your final. 13, we have 10 minus, here's some brackets here, 8 divided by 4 divided by 2 divided by 1, okay, and those are in multiple brackets. Don't get too nervous about those. Just start from the inside bracket and work your way out. So you would do 2 divided by 1 first. Okay, 2 divided by 1 is 2. Bring everything else down as is. Okay, bring it all down. Now, inside, I have 4 divided by 2. I'm going to do that one next. Okay. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And now I'm inside the next bracket. I'm working through this one for you. And then another division. Okay, 8 divided by 2 is 4. 10 minus 4. And your final answer, just want to verify, is 6. Okay. Puzzled penguin. We love our puzzled penguins. Dear math students, I wrote the expression 6 times 6 plus 2 for the area of a rectangle at the right. Okay, so this is the rectangle he's talking about. My friend said, you forgot the parentheses. Can you explain what my friend meant? Take a moment and look at that. So we have 6 meters by 6 meters and then 2 meters. So if you we're trying to get this whole side times this whole side for area. It's area is width times length, right? So if you took 6 times 6 first, that would be 36 plus 2. That would be 38. But if you added this together to get that full length, so you would have to have 6 plus 2. And then you get 8 times 6, which would be 48. Very different answers. So he needed to add these two together first. Otherwise, you would have multiplied first and gotten a different answer. All right, let's go ahead to our homework. We're just going to kind of review here the activity. And then you're going to go through these together. Or go through each one of them independently and get your answers. Remember to follow the order of operations. For example, step 1, perform operations inside parentheses. So just like we've been doing, bring it down. You're doing this one first. 3 times 3 is 9. Bring everything else down, one step at a time. Multiply and divide from left to right. So this is the one I need to do next. 27, let's see. Divided by 9 is 3. And then I'm going to do my last addition, subtraction, left to right. 17 plus 3, that's 20. Okay, go through each one of those using your order of operations. And at the end of the day, as always, I will put up the answers for you to check to see how you did. Let's look at remembering, see if we have any questions. Okay, looks like we are dividing some decimals here. Remember, if there is a decimal on the inside but not on the outside, just move that decimal up in all three of these and then go ahead and divide as normal. Remember, we can always check our division problems, okay, by taking our answer times the divisor, and you should get the answer inside, okay? All right, number 4, write an equation to solve the problem. Draw a model if you need to. Story problems, so I will go through these with you. The students of Turner Middle School are going on a field trip. There are 540 students attending. A bus can hold 45 students. How many buses are needed for the field trip? Remember, we can't leave any students behind. So you're going to take 540 students divided by 45 per bus. You have to get them all on. So if you have a remainder, you're going to need to round up. Okay? How many buses? And that's going to be your label. Number 5, the area of a rectangular court is 433.37 square meters. The length of the court is 28.7 meters. What is the width of the court? So we know this court measures 433.37. We know one of the sides and we don't know the other. So you're going to take the answer to the area problem divided by one of the measurements, and that is going to give you your other measurement. What is the width? Okay, and your label is going to be in meters. Write the computation in words. Remember, when we studied this yesterday, always start with the operation word. What is the operation you are doing, and then describe what you're doing. Order of operation, same for number 7. Number 8, write a step-by-step instruction for simplifying the following expression. Just write it out. What would you do first? Then what would you do next? Using the computation of words to explain what you would do. Okay? All right, that concludes 7-2. I hope you enjoyed the ice cream cones as much as I do. Again, take your time. Order of operation. You need to follow it. Otherwise, you'll have a different answer. Okay? We will see you tomorrow.